Morning and Jai Hind students. I am Kanchan here, your English teacher, and this time I have taken chapter that is drama from the book Snapshots, and the name of the chapter is Mother's Day, written by J.B. Priestley. So first I would like to talk about the present condition, that we are facing problem and we are not able to go to school and we are staying at home, and this is the only way that we can save ourselves, our family and our society also. So I would like to tell about this story, that is a drama, and the name of the story is Mother's Day, that is chapter 5 from the book Snapshots, and Mother's Day written by J.B. Priestley. And the theme of this drama is the status of women in their own household. Means they do many jobs, as they cook food and they do many things for their family members. So and they do it with their complete devotion and sincerity and love, care and affection. So but in this story, Mrs. Pearson is there. She does a lot for her family members, but she is not given any love, affection, care, and she is only getting orders from her family members, means from her husband, from her children. So this is a very bad condition for Mrs. Pearson. And one of her neighbors, she comes and she just suggests some ways to change Mrs. Pearson and to live life according to her own. So let's see what is the way, what are the suggestions, what are the tricks, what are the suggestions, and also what does her neighbor do for her. So and also here about this story, that Mrs. Pearson does a lot work for her family members, but her son, daughter and even her husband, they have made her just unpaid servant in their house, and she never gets thanks in return. So this problem has been discussed in this story, as we should give our honor, respect to our mother, because she does a lot of work. So let's go line by line. So this is chapter 5, Mother's Day. The following play is a humorous portrayal of the status of the mother in a family. Let's read on to how Mrs. Pearson's family reacts when she tries to stand up for her own rights. So written by J.B. Priestley, as I told you. Characters, just discuss about characters. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters. Mrs. Anne Pearson, George Pearson, Doris Pearson, Cyril Pearson and Mrs. Fitzgerald. So here Mrs. Anne Pearson is a lady, and George Pearson is her husband, and Doris and Cyril both are their son and daughter, and Mrs. Fitzgerald is their neighbor. Now neighbor and friend also of Mrs. Anne Pearson. Now the action takes place in the living room of the Pearson's house in a London suburb. Suburb means resident. So the time is the present. So scene is there, means the things that are kept there and the situation, the things that are here in the room. The living room, it is a living room of a Pearson family. Time is afternoon. It is a comfortably furnished much lived in room in a small suburban semi-detached villa. Means this is resident that is attached by a wall with another house also, and if necessary only one door need to be used, one door is to be used when it is needed, but it is better with two. And but there are two doors also, one up left leading to the front door, one up to the front door leading to the front door, one door opens to the front door and the stairs, and the other in the right. So right wall leading to the kitchen, and another door opens to the wall leading to the kitchen, and the back door. There can be a muslin covered window. Muslin means fabric, that is cotton fabric, means here window is also covered with cotton fabric in the left wall, and possibly one in the right wall, means two windows are there. So the fireplace is assumed to be in the fourth wall, because we know well that in foreign countries it is much extreme cold, and this story is before so many years before. So here is reference of fireplace to just keep themselves warm. And there is a settee up right. Settee means an armchair down left. Settee means something, means a group of things that are here, group of things is also there, and armchair down left and one down right. A small table with two chairs, and a small table is there with two chairs. And here again page number, it is page number 33. Okay, page number 33. So when the curtain rises, it is an afternoon, time is afternoon, in early autumn season is there, and the stage can be well lit, and the stage is lit means light is there. Mrs. Pearson at right, and Mrs. Fitzgerald, who is her neighbor and friend also, at left side, and are sitting opposite each other. They are sitting opposite each other. You can see here in the picture. See here, she is Mrs. Fitzgerald and she is Mrs. Pearson. So means I would like to tell you about the characters. Mrs. Pearson is timid and very polite, and she is very humble natured lady, and Mrs. Fitzgerald is a very courageous, very bold lady. She is bold lady, and she takes action whatever she wants. Okay, see here again, on which are two teacups are there, and saucers, and the cards with which Mrs. Fitzgerald has been telling Mrs. Pearson fortune, means using playing cards she is telling her fortune, means luck, destiny, means what will be in future. So she is telling about that. And Mrs. Pearson is a pleasant but worried looking woman in her 40s, means she is 40 years old and she is a worried lady. And Mrs. Fitzgerald is older, heavier, means fatty, and a strong and sinister personality. Sinister means very bold and very dangerous, you can say. She is smoking. She also smokes, and it is very important that these two should have sharply contrasting voices. Mrs. Pearson is speaking in a light because she is polite lady, so she speaks in a very soft way. On the other hand, flurried sort of tone. So she is flurried means excitement. She speaks in like to know what will be in future, and she speaks in a very soft tone with a touch of suburban cockney and cockney perhaps. And message means suburban means she is talking in a very polite way, as these areas people they speak like that, residential. And message means totally house housewife, you can say. So here, and Mrs. Fitzgerald, on the contrast, with a deep voice, rather Irish perhaps, and she speaks in like working class people. I told you she is very bold lady. Mrs. Fitzgerald is speaking, collecting up cards. She is collecting card and telling the future of Mrs. Pearson. And that's all I can tell you. Mrs. Pearson could be a good fortune, could be a bad one. Means she is warning. Means she is warning that there is your future in your hand. You can make it good or you can make it bad. All depends on yourself now. Make up your mind, and there it is. So she is showing cards and showing cards and also telling her future. Now Mrs. Pearson, yes, thank you, Mrs. Fitzgerald. I am much obliged. I am sure it's wonderful having a real fortune teller living next door. Did you learn that out east too? And she is asking whether she had learnt this thing, means speaking about someone's future from east. So she is talking about from where you have learnt to speak about fortune of any person. So coming to the next, Mrs. Fitzgerald. I did, yes, I learnt it. 12 years and I had of it. With my old man rising to be lieutenant quartermaster, and she is telling about her husband. He learnt a lot and I learnt a lot more. Means her husband also learnt about playing games, and by using playing games they also tell future of others. But will you make up your mind now? Again she is indicating that will you make up your mind, Mrs. Pearson dear? Put your foot down, means just keep your foot against your family members, and once and for all. Once you will do, and it will be forever, it will be for all time. And be the mistress of your own house and the boss of your own family. So she is just telling to be bold enough and to be courageous and to be very smart to Mrs. Pearson. So Mrs. Pearson is saying, smiling apologetically, because I told you that she is very polite lady, soft spoken. So she is smiling like apologetically, and just as she is feeling apologized. So that's easier said than done. Besides, I'm so fond of them. Even if they are so thoughtless and selfish, they don't mean to be. So here Mrs. Pearson is supporting her family members, that it is very easy to say to be harsh for our family members, but it is not so simple to be harsh, to be so rough, to be so cruel. She is denying. She has hesitation. Mrs. Fitzgerald, cutting in, means she is cutting while she was talking. Maybe not, but it would be better for them if they learn to treat you properly. Again she is indicating that okay, if you don't think it should not be from your side, you don't want to be harsh, you don't want to be against, you don't want to be cruel, or you don't want to be harsh enough for your family members, so they should be treat you properly. Mrs. Pearson, yes, I suppose it would in a way. Okay, means she is agree that yes, they will do, and I suppose it would be. Mrs. Fitzgerald, no doubt about it at all. Who is the better for being spoiled, grown man, lad, or girl? So she is talking about her family members, Mrs. Pearson's family members. Nobody. You think it does them good when you run after them all the time, take their orders as you were the servant in the house. Stay at home every night while they go out enjoying themselves, and never in all your life. It is the ruin of them as well as you. So husbands, sons, daughters should be taking notice of wives and mothers, not giving them orders and treating them like dirt. And don't tell me you don't know what I mean, for I know more than you have told me. So she is explaining about the actions taken by Mrs. Pearson's husband, daughter and son. So she is making aware that be bold enough, because your family members are just ordering. They are not thinking about you. They are only ordering. So, okay students, I will continue in my next video. Thank you and Jai Hind.